Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you. My name is Brother Omar El Rashid, and I'm the author, poet, and Peaceful Hearts Guide. And it's been a long time since I've recorded a video and shared with you all. It's actually interesting. The last time I recorded a video, it was bright and summer, and now we're in the middle of fall, transitioning into winter. And I've noticed that along with the change in seasons, there's also been a distinct change in my moods. And I wanted to share that I was really reluctant to record this video today. Um, and the reason is the question that I've been dealing with and thinking about has been one that's really hard to grapple with. And I was almost afraid of what would happen if I were to share with you what I've been going through and what I've been thinking. But I think that in the middle of sadness, in the middle of the downturn, that's when it's most necessary, not only to reach out to others, but to share what we're going through so that we can appreciate what's going on the other side. And one of the things that I pride myself on is being able to not only share about the good times, but even the dark and difficult moments. Because it's not so bad to have a dark day or a sad day. It's problematic when you get stuck there. But I think that this will be a good illustration of what we can do when we're stuck in a sad moment, when we're stuck in a difficult time, in order to accept that, feel those feelings, and get through to the other side. So before going on any further, I wanted to share that a little bit of what's been going on is that there has been a deep sadness going on. There was a situation which I'm in my life that I think a lot of us can relate to it, but heartbreak and those kinds of things. But one of the things that I should mention is that the question that came to my mind that I was left asking myself, and I really didn't want to share it. It's one of those dark, difficult questions. But I decided, like I said, that I'm going to share anyway, so here it goes. The question is, what benefit, what joy, what strength, what power can we find in the middle of our darkest, saddest moments? What lessons can we learn from the sadness? And how can we be grateful even for our misery? Sounds like a very counterintuitive question, I'm sure. But as I was reflecting on it, there are several benefits that come in the middle of darkness, in the middle of sadness. A few things that come to the top of my mind are, for example, the ability to appreciate the good and the joys in our life when we compare them to the dark and sad moments in our life, right? That's one of the benefits of a sad moment. But a sad moment is also an opportunity for us to check in and to clearly see what isn't working in our lives and what do we need to shift or what do we need to experience, maybe some realities in our own life or in our own personality or whatever it may be that we need to confront and overcome in order to find peace once again. For the past couple of weeks, I've been in a very good and happy state, and now I'm realizing, okay, so there's a small chink in my armor right here, right? So there's a chink in my armor that I've got to build it up a little bit and got to do some reflecting and strengthening in order to protect myself further. And so I've explored this question fully. What are the things that we can be grateful for in our difficulty, in our sadness? A lot of us were often tempted to just want to run away from these sad feelings, not experience the fullness of them, not learn the lessons from them. But an alternative course is to embrace the sadness, experience the sadness, go on to the other side and see what lessons can the sadness teach us. If we've been going in this direction and we realize that we need to go off that way a little bit or this way a little bit and course correct, that's something that can come from truly experiencing the sadness that's in our lives. And so I just wanted to share that, like I said, this question of how can we be grateful for the difficulties and sadness in our lives. This is something that I explain fully at the link below, where I have a resource for Islamic relief from depression and anxiety. And when you go on to the next page, there's a book that I'm describing called The Top 20 Gratitudes. And one thing in that book that I really cover is not only how can we see things to be grateful for in difficulties, but how can we find them, embrace them, be grateful for them, and power through, and to be at peace with the difficulties and the pain and the stresses in our lives. A lot of us say, oh, well, the fact that I have pain in my life is a terrible thing. It's not something to be grateful for. But by flipping it, we're able to be even grateful, even if we have nothing in life to be grateful for. If we imagine that's the case, we can always find something to be grateful for. And that resource that I share has lots of techniques for being able to be grateful in any circumstance. And one of the things that I mention in length, and something that's been beneficial for me, not just in writing the book and sharing it with others, but in even living it myself, that here I am in the middle of a funk, in the middle of a sad situation, and I'm able to be grateful even for the pain, even for the difficulty of what I'm facing, because I'm able to ask myself that secret question, that question that I really didn't even want to share. But the question is, what benefit can I find in the sadness? How can I grow through this sadness? What lessons is God teaching me? Is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaching me as I'm going through these moments? And so I wanted to share that with you, that there is a resource available, that if you're dealing with sad moments, if you're dealing with dark times, and you feel like it's hard to be grateful, it's hard to be appreciative of what's going on, and you're wanting to run away from whatever it is that you're feeling, this resource might be a resource that helps. And so again, I just wanted to share that message with you. And with that, I will bid you adieu. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.